Let me not say much more, but he's already in studio. We're talking in the next minute or so, right here on Tech Africa, third and final hour.
Zochitika ndi madaphiri kamlondola wa zochitika pena paliponse.
Mabusiness osiyana-siyana mdziko la South Africa ayamba kukhoma msonkho wa 30% akamagulitsa katundu wawo ku dziko la United States of America. Nepano tili ndi katswiri wa zachuma mu dziko la Malawi, Dr. Bertha Chikadza. Boma la South Africa masiku apitawo linanena kuti ngati America akani kutsitsa msonkho, bomalo lipeza misika ina. Mungatifotokozere kuti ndizotheka South Africa kupeza misika yomwe ingabweretse ndalama pafupifupi $15 billion zomwe imapezeka ku misika ya ku America.
Tinene kuti izizi zitha kuchitika koma sizingachitike mwa pompopompo chifukwa tikaonetsetsa izizi nzokuti inali msika wa dziko la America noni msika wakukhazikika umene dziko la South Africa linali likazolowera kale. Tsono kuti tingonena kuti dziko la South Africa lipezanso msika mwina mwasangasanga kuti lizitumiza katundu wake mwina zisizingachitike facho kuti tikunena papa $15 billion ndi ndalama zambiri ndithu.
Zochitika ndi madaphiri lolemba mpaka lachisanu pa nthawi ya 7 koloko kufikira 8 koloko madzulo pa Channel Africa.
Hi there. Do you want to elevate your business and give it a voice in South Africa and Africa as a whole? Well, in that case, let Channel Africa make this a possibility. Channel Africa is willing to advertise your business for as little as 30,000 rands or $1,719.18. To get access to these great rates, send all requests to mokoenata@SABC. That's MOKOENATA@SABC. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tech Africa honors all the force that's pushing Africa's digital transformation. Every Sunday on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
22 minutes after 11 o'clock Central African time, we are already on the third and final hour of the show. Thank you so much. Welcome to today's show. We have a very, very special guest, someone whose voice has probably given you goosebumps, made you laugh, or even kept you company during those long nights. He's a master of the mic, a storyteller of note, a broadcaster who's seen the industry evolve from tape decks to TikToks. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, from Khosi Khaleki.
Thank you so very much, Mr. J. How are you doing?
We are super. I can't complain.
Wow, what an intro.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing for me.
But how's it going?
I'm doing good, thank you. I'm doing really, really good.
Is life lifing you, I guess so, isn't it?
I think, isn't it lifing us all?
After COVID-19.
Yo. There were 19 more hits.
Yeah. 19 more hits. Yeah.
No, it was, I think it's just been a roller coaster for us all. And I think it's time for us to be able to align, realign, and find ourselves, in everything that we do.
Yeah, you can really say that again as well. It's and I'll say this because technology-wise, I think a lot of things have changed, and I think it has made people to adapt.
Yes.
I mean, especially like us right now, we are live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So radio is not like as you know it before. It's probably it's moving. It's evolving. Yeah. So I just want you to take us back into the beginning. What first drew you to the microphone? Did the young Khosi always knew what he did have a career as a voiceover artist? Or as the voice?
Well, look, I mean, for me, it's always been a passion. So I started off mimicking ads.
Yeah. So
I'd see an ad on television, I'd start mimicking what the voice artist is saying, even on radio. And then I started recording myself on tape decks. So remember back in the day, there were tape recorders.
Yes.
So I used to slot those small little cassette tapes in and just go for it and try to emulate what I heard in that commercial or a radio presenter was saying. So that's really how it started off for me. But in from a formalized voice artist perspective, I started in 2012.
Oh, 2012.
2012, yeah.
Okay.
So that was my introduction to the voiceover world. Yeah.
But what was the response surely back in the days, because I can tell with myself as well when I started, parents will think that I don't know whether they're trying to encourage you, think you're doing a good job, but my parents always been a big fan. But especially when it came to radios, I mean, for you, in terms of your parents' involvement, like how has that been, or people that were around you as well?
Everyone was completely in different fields. So mostly the academic route, nothing creative. I just stood out like a black sheep.
How do you deal with this in family meetings?
And the thing is, there's no one to go to for advice or mentorship, but I think that's where the beauty of creativity came in for me. Because I wasn't only just into broadcasting or radio voiceover work. Also, I had a very, very deep passion for marketing.
Okay.
So I think that's what drove my creativity, and everything I do right now centers around anything creative to do with storytelling, whether from a video, digital, radio broadcasting perspective, but it's just to be able to tell stories and to market brands. Yeah.
And you've seen, things have evolved, the old, versus the new in terms of broadcasting as well.
Yeah.
What is it that you miss the old school way of really doing things? I mean, there's some moments are so nostalgic. You can't, I'm forced. It forced me that I have to start using, tablets. When you get home, they just force you that. But, because I still enjoy my paper. I would have walked in the studio with a paper, because there are certain moments, like there's certain things that you you like, you
want ink to paper.
Yeah, ink to paper. But it's so funny because I read my books online. That's one thing.
Okay,
I read.
interesting.
So for you, what is it that you miss?
Look, I mean, going back way before my time, I would say what I found interesting is the fact that back in the day, when you'd play a radio ad, I mean, they used to slot cassette tapes in, and when they're playing music, it would be on vinyl. That was mind-blowing. Everything right now is just a touch of a button, just a click. It's a click. All of that has been automated. So I think what has really driven the evolution and has supported automation and ease within broadcasting is obviously digitization of the industry or the market or economy. And what I find is that becomes just so it becomes so expanding. You can find yourself literally doing what would take 20 minutes can now take 2 seconds. So I think it's been, it looks like it's been a great evolution, and I think it's going to evolve a whole lot better in the next coming years.
And let's talk about, because I think most of the voiceover artists, they build like studios, at home, I just wanted to find out, do you have a studio at home?
Yeah, I've got one of my home studios. Very simple setup.
Okay.
Mixer, microphone, shield. I've got my stand, an arm. But just plain simple, a home studio setup. That's if I don't want to record at a professional studio that has full soundproofing and the likes and the bells and the whistles. And man, it's always,
and you just have to tell people to keep quiet or around you, I guess. So.
Yeah, look, and I mean, obviously you have to find a room that doesn't have an echo, and you have to be like, hey guys, I'm recording.
Yeah.
Timang TV, switch the TV off.
So I need to exactly record.
Yeah.
And tell me, so when you go there, so have you ever had like a situation where maybe you're still sleeping, it's like, no, somebody, no picture, please, we need your voice, like, and it's like, you're probably still in bed, it's like, it's 7:30, like, no, now we need like, in the next 15 minutes. Have you had those moments?
All the time, where you have to be even recording in your pajamas.
Yeah.
All the time. Wow. But I mean, that's what makes it exciting as well. You get up, you splash your face, clear your throat, and knock out what the client needs.
Sure. let me ask another question. And I've always said, and because it gets me going all the time.
Yeah.
And because when iPods came in, right? Before iPods, they used to say iPods is gonna replace radio, all those kind of things. CDs are gonna, or vinyls and but we've radio has stood like test of time, right?
100%.
Yeah. But now when I find out, and and I remember I had even a conversation with one of the colleagues here, AI and the human voice. Will that ever? Because the things, I've said it before, and I said, guys, it's very difficult. It's like on regular, you can yes, as much as you can do a voice tracking, you still need that human ability.
100%, 100%. I mean, look, AI is amazing when used correctly, and the possibilities are endless. I'm a 100% fan of AI. I just believe that, is AI really going to be taking broadcasting roles or replacing broadcasting roles? Or are they going to be people who are going to be selected and utilized to implement AI within broadcasting? So will it steal jobs or will it enhance, So I feel at the end of the day, I think the human voice versus a cloned voice, with the evolution of AI, obviously it'll be less detectable. But you can't. This you and I speaking like this, you can never replace this.
No, you can't.
And that's the beauty of radio. I think when you need to automate things like maybe ads or anything to that effect, and you want to knock out an ad really quickly, or you would like to use a particular voice artist and that artist is not available, and maybe they have recorded with you before and you want to clone their voice and utilize that I think, can work. But if we're looking at literally just using cloned voices, you're going to miss out on the human touch. And at the end of the day, as a broadcasting agency or broadcaster, what you're looking to do is you're looking to connect with people so that you can help them make a purchasing decision. And that purchasing decision is from human interaction. That person needs to interact with their pocket, open it up, and then interact with your account or whatever brand you're advertising. And that human interaction, AI has the capability of blocking that.
I think there you're exactly right, because you kind of think like, will that and like you're saying, you can't get the moments that mean
that's it.
It's really highly impossible for you. But what have been your challenges? Because also I wanted to find out, in the industry, what has been your challenges so far?
So excuse me. So I think that my challenges from a broadcasting perspective is just basically, obviously, gatekeeping. If there was an AI button that could get us into the roles that we would love, I think that would be amazing. But I think also just being able to freely tell stories. That's why I think my journey has mainly been independent, because there are a lot of restrictions as to what you can or cannot do within certain structured compounds. And I feel that that poses as a challenge in itself, because obviously as a one-man band, it's very difficult to access the brands that you want to tell stories on behalf of, and you've got these creative ideas, you know how to tell the story, you know how to reach that market, but they're just not going to let you in. They're looking for someone bigger, someone larger, someone with a staff complement or an AI staff complement.
So let's talk about you're the founder of Relationship Goals.
Yes, correct.
What do you guys do there? I'm very interested. It's your company. What exactly do you do there?
So we help build SMEs. Okay. So it's a management consulting agency focused on business development, content marketing, sales training, and public relations.
And advertising, I guess so.
Yes, 100%. So lead generation within business development, within content marketing would be social media marketing, digital marketing, video marketing, and then now we're getting into AI integrated marketing.
Okay.
And then sales training would be presentation and communication skills training. And then PR would be the radio, television, online, and podcasting interviews and voiceover work.
Yeah. And how long has the company been in existence?
Since 2017.
Okay.
So yeah, this is our 8th year.
But how's it going with the company?
It's going good. I would not want to do anything else. I mean, we're a small company, small business, growing every single day, but it's so fulfilling. You know, I can communicate with a prospective client. Lock them into a campaign and then see them smile afterwards. That I cannot replace. And it's working with the client to come up with the most creative ideas to tell their story, tell their brand story. And also just to see someone who's just got, all they have is a business idea. And then they come through to us and then we bring that to life. And just to see the joy in their hearts as we bring that to life and bring their business to market, it's one of the most amazing feelings ever.
In terms of the projects that you have done, I mean, be it like radio, TV, or live events, I mean, which some of the projects that you can say, this one was my best, like this one is like,
Look, not really from a business perspective, but from a personal perspective, I would say being the 2024 host of the Nedbank Pitch and Polish competition. That really stood out for me because it was an amazing project. It was an amazing opportunity for me. I was doing things for the very first time, things that I'd never done, and it was such an exciting experience. It was so much fun.
And in terms of let's go back there to AI as well. I mean, how do you remain authentic in an AI era? How easy it is? I mean, I know you spoke about that human aspect, but how do you remain authentic?
I think the authenticity of working within the AI space is how do you ensure that whatever story you're telling, message you're bringing forth has authenticity based off of what a human being would communicate. So I think that's where you see, when you want to bridge the gap between artificial and human intelligence, you have to add that human element, I mean, because at the end of the day, it still is artificial.
It's artificial.
So that's where I think the authenticity
what's the most interesting AI marketing gimmick you've just ever used?
Oh man, the most simple of it all, ChatGPT. Because at the end of the day, you can use a ChatGPT prompt across all these other tools, and you'll get specifically what you need. I mean, if you want a video, you want to enhance sound, whatever the case may be, ChatGPT will still be able to direct you.
I've liked it more on translations. You can translate from English to Vanek.
That's
Boom,
it.
Just like that.
Just like that.
I'm like,
I
wow,
know, it's amazing. It's another world.
But are we not still supposed to sort of because I think also, the other angle that we also want to, because you must also have at least command of the language, have an understanding.
Yes.
Because the thing is that you don't really want to use it, and then when you get a client that's like, but that's not how we say it.
That's not how we say it.
Yeah.
See, now that's where authenticity comes into play.
Okay.
Because now, especially from a local cultural perspective, within every single country, city, or town, there's certain jargon, there's lingo that is utilized that ChatGPT still hasn't been able to get to.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, it's important for, these open source tool owners or managers or the people who are sourcing this data. I think from a data analytical perspective, that's where the true, success, I believe, of AI lies. It's how do we find authenticity in human experience, and we automate that.
It is 21 minutes to go before the hours of 12 Central African time. You are listening to Tech Africa. My name is Jabu Ngolile. Thank you so much for joining us. When we come back, we'll still continue. And we'll exactly be talking about, still talking about AI stuff. It's very, very interesting. It's tech.
Africa, meet Abedi.
Yeah, that's me.
Abedi is a music lover through and through.
I really love African music.
He's got a taste for all kinds of tunes and spends his days listening to Channel Africa. Guess what? He didn't know.
Okay.
Channel Africa wants to help Abedi and all music lovers everywhere to discover even more incredible music. That is why Channel Africa is calling on all African musicians to submit their music. Musicians, remember to give us all your relevant information. Make your submissions at music@channelafrica.co.za. Submissions are your chance to be heard on radio. But sadly, they do not guarantee that you will be playlisted. All submissions will be carefully reviewed to see if they meet our station's requirement. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Tech Africa honors all the force that's pushing Africa's digital transformation every Sunday on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Thank you so much for joining us. We're still joined by Kgosi Kgalegi. We're still talking about his career, where it started, his company as well. So while we are still going to talk about AI now, Kgosi, the AI in terms of, do you think that can we have some job? Can we have people losing jobs? I'm really I don't know. What's your take on that?
Look, I sense the fear throughout the world. Everyone is scared that AI is going to take their jobs.
Do you think so? I doubt.
Look, I think that AI is the person who knows how to utilize AI across various tools can take various jobs. You'll still need a human being behind it.
Yes.
So I think that there won't be there's certain jobs that you cannot replace through automation or through AI.
Yeah.
But I still feel at the end of the day, I think not to sound like as if I'm saying that AI has its success only in your first world countries, so to speak. But I believe that in more third world countries, people love making purchasing decisions based off of human interaction.
Yeah,
people want to connect with you. They want to feel. We're still in an era, even though we're from COVID, remote working, and Zoom calls and Zoom meetings. People still, now that we're outside of the pandemic. People still want to sit down and have face-to-face meetings. So that just shows you the importance of human interaction and connection.
Yeah, and then they still want people back in the office.
Yes, exactly.
People are still expect to say, hey, please come back to... Any advices for young, people who want to get into into the voiceover industry, who want to start voicing? I mean, any advice that you can give it to them?
I would say follow your passion, follow your dreams. As typical as it sounds, it's hard work, consistency, and believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And then also make sure that you understand marketing, understand brands, and understand human behavior. Because once you understand all of those elements, when you become a voiceover artist or you become a radio presenter or a television presenter, you know what messages in what way should be conveyed, portrayed, or communicated so that it is an effective channel of communication.
So let's look about 10 years ahead from now on. I mean, what do you think broadcasts like ourselves will play in a more dominant role, especially in the streaming platforms,
Look, I mean, I think in 10 years' time, obviously we will have a far more AI integrated, solution-driven broadcasting industry. But I also feel like we will, the creativity is going to be endless. It's going to, AI is going to assist us in reaching far succeeding leaps and bounds, right? We're going to be able to start doing things. I think one of the things that I personally want to see, I want to see someone broadcasting live in two different places and communicating two different messages in one place from one central place, because I mean it's possible now. There's so many of these technologies.
It is possible.
Yeah,
we can split you can split the signal. It's possible.
Yes,
yeah,
but communicating two different things. So imagine communicating two different messages to two different in two different countries.
Yes.
But according to those countries, for even multiple brands or one particular brand, but you know, or campaign or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But communicating it in two different countries, two different languages.
Yeah.
But you are yourself communicating it in a centralized location.
Yeah.
And your hologram or your printed virtual reality persona or personality is communicating exactly what you are scripting or saying from a centralized location. I'd love to see that.
Thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate it. We can talk for days.
Yeah, we can go on for days. This is
just having fun. Thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you so very much.
Jose Khalehi, who's a voiceover artist and broadcaster. Thank you so much for coming through. When we return, we still continue with Tech Africa.